Good morning. Anytime we walk into a beautiful kitchen, it didn't just happen that way. Obviously, it took a lot of work, everything from the cabinet maker to the installation of the cabinets. This morning, I thought we'd take a moment and just be able to show how a cabinet installation can start. There's a lot of prep work that has to take place. Ian, our cameraman, is going to show a little bit of the kitchen here this morning, but you can see we have lots of lines on the wall. All of those are all of our studs we went through and marked. It's best to find the middle of each stud, and the way that we do that is we just use a small nail to find it and then mark all of the lines up and down from the bottom. That way we can know exactly where they are. Next you see a little piece of 1x material that we have. The purpose of that is so that we can set our upper cabinets on it. It's always much easier to install your upper cabinets first, and then that way you just have something to rest on it while you give a level situation. Some of the tools that we use to be able to do this kind of a job are, we need our coffee in the morning. You're going to need an impact and a normal drill to be able to do some pre-drilling and installation. A stud finder, zircon is the one we're using today. Pre-drill bits and things, you can use either DeWalt, Milwaukee for that. We have also a laser that we're using to be able to help. It's an extremely useful tool. That's a Bosch laser that we're using. Of course, you're going to want some cedar shims, and one of the best tools is all your fasteners. I have quite the selection here this morning of GRK fasteners. What's nice about them is they have a cabinet screw head. Makes it really nice for installing cabinets. It doesn't pull through, and they go in really easily. They don't strip. My favorite screw to be able to use. Also, you're going to need different level sizes, everything from a 2 to 4, even 6 foot level, depending on how big of a cabinets you're using, like DeWalt levels, so that's what we're going to be using today. So just to kind of go ahead and show you how this works, you always want to start with the corner cabinet, no matter if you're doing uppers or lowers. We'll have a video update tomorrow that shows you where we've got the uppers done, and then where we're going to be starting the lowers, so you can kind of see how this goes thus far. The reason why we need to know all of our stud locations is because each cabinet, when we're doing a pre-built box like this, they only hold on by mainly about 4 screws each cabinet. So it's very important that you make sure that we get it exactly in the center of the stud, and that it's penetrating at least 1.25 inches, ideally about 1.5 inches into the stud itself to hold all that weight. And then all the cabinets are joined together, which we can show at a later time. The cabinets are made by a friend of mine at New Tradition Cabinetry. He's out of Nebraska, does an excellent job, uses Sherwin-Williams finishes. There's no doors on these, but we'll give you an update later to see exactly how it all goes together. So Todd's going to be assisting me. We'll go ahead and start with putting up our very first cabinet, like I said, in the corner. So you can see how advantageous it is to have the cleats for holding it on up there with almost no hard time at all. And I've got screws already set in the areas where it would be going, just to ease along the video. Especially on a corner cabinet, it is the most important cabinet to make sure that it is done properly. So for that, you want to make sure it's level on each end, like such. And on this one, we're going to have to go in a little bit. So we'll start off over here. You'll notice the cabin gently moves when we do that. And then once we get it everywhere where we want it to be, we can actually use shims to be able to do the rest. So, for example, in this particular one, we will need a shim. We're just going to go back behind the stud, get it to the area that we want it to be. And then once it's just about perfect, go ahead and screw it. And I have another screw down at the bottom. There as well. I have 2 more screws in here that we would go ahead and put in. Again, making sure that everything is level. The nice part about these screws is you can just kind of overdrive them to kind of pull the cabinet in the direction that you want it to go. Like I said, the GRK fasteners for cabinet installation are my favorite. So That one looks great. I still have a little gap in the back, so in order that the screw doesn't pull it out of level, we'll put a shim there, keep it in place. Last guy there. And that's our first cabinet installation. Then we'll have some that go this direction, this direction. When you join them together, I can probably show that in a later video. It takes a little bit of work to make sure that it's just right, but this is the start to a beautiful kitchen.